Hey guys, welcome back to my channel if you guys are new here. Hi, my name is Sydney. I film cruelty-free beauty videos, and today's video is going to be 5-ish, because let's be honest, I started out with the idea of choosing 5 and then I chose way more than 5 palettes that you probably already own that are absolutely perfect for summer. So I know a lot of us are coming off of or are still currently experiencing some financial difficulties, decrease in income, stuff like that, because of the pandemic and not being able to work. I was fortunate enough to receive a paycheck for most of the pandemic, but that's since ended with the conclusion of my semester, so I'm trying not to buy a lot of makeup right now, so that means that I am shopping my stash even more than usual. And so I thought today it would be fun for not only myself but also for you guys to pull out some palettes that I already own in my collection that could create some really beautiful looks for the upcoming season of summer. I love to do these kind of videos pretty much every season because it really inspires me to shop my stash, and I think it inspires you guys as well, and that's what I love to do on my channel. It makes me so happy when I do these kinds of videos and you guys are like, oh yeah, I have that palette, I just pulled it out to use it today and I had so much fun creating a look with it. Like, that just makes my heart happy, and I would love it if you guys like shop your stash with me while you watch this video. Like, that would make me super happy. But I'm gonna stop rambling on. I've talked so much in this intro. Let's hop into it. I think we should get the most obvious palette out of the way right away, and that is the Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop. This is really like a spring summery palette, but I feel like I found myself reaching for a lot more in the summertime of last year than the spring. I just love these pretty warm neutral peachy tones so much. If you guys caught my perfect palette using my most used palettes and my most used shades from those palettes video, I can link that down below if you guys want to watch it. I was absolutely shocked at how many warm peachy, warm brown shades were in there. I was like blown away. I thought it was going to be so much more colorful, but these are just the tones that I gravitate toward, and because of that, this palette gets a ton of love from me during the summertime. I really love the variety of finishes in here. I know a lot of people are not a fan of the pressed glitter, but I really like it, and I even really like the Super Shock shadow. ColourPop shadows are really easy to work with. They're easy to blend. They're nicely pigmented. Honestly, I don't really have too many bad things to say about this palette. The only issue that I've ever had with this palette is that I find the shade Feel Free to be just slightly patchy if I try to really pack it on and blend it out. That one's just a little bit fussy, but otherwise I think this is a really great quality palette. It's super affordable. I think this one is $16 from ColourPop. I want to say 16 bucks from ColourPop. But this is an incredible option that I know a lot of people bought last summer to pull out again this summer. Okay, I feel like these next two are cheating just slightly because they did come out earlier this year, but they did come out in January, which I feel like was a little bit of an odd release time for them. These are definitely like summer palettes in my mind, but I did want to give them a shout out because I know a lot of people bought these too, and these are the Nomad Cosmetics. Are these called the Surf Shack palettes? Yeah, these are the Surf Shack palettes. So there are two of them. I kind of counted them as one because they're just like itty bitty quads. But this is the Malibu Surf Shack palette. This one just screams like beachy makeup to me. The soft browns are so beautiful. I love the pop of green so much, and it just has this beautiful cream shade that can either go all over your lid, all over your brow bone. It's beautiful. Easy, effortless makeup is what I think of when I look at this quad, and I feel like that's kind of where I tend to go in the summertime. Either I go for easy, effortless eyeshadow, or I'm like super vibrant, super pigmented, super like bam in your face, you know? Is anyone else like that? But here's the second palette in that little series. It's the Encinitas palette. This one is a little bit different. Again, this one's very beachy. I think the blue makes me think of the beach with this one, but again, it's very no fuss, no muss. Throw a brown on the crease, line your lash line with the dark brown, pop a blue on the lower lash line. This could go like on your brow bone, on your lid, whatever you want. Super easy breezy, quick makeup, and I really do enjoy Nomad Cosmetics shadow formula. These are the first palettes that I actually got a chance to try from them, and I'm pretty impressed, you guys, I have to admit. Alright, you guys, next up I have two of ColourPop's monochromatic palettes. I know these were so huge last year. I feel like we're kind of coming off that monochromatic trend a little bit, but I feel like these are just so freaking perfect for summer. I didn't have them last summer. They were Christmas gifts, so I am so excited to use them a little bit more this summer. I think I might have mentioned this one in my spring video. Oops. I'll link the spring version of this video down below if you guys are interested in watching that as well, because I feel like some of the palettes lend themselves to summer as well. But this is another one I wanted to give a quick shout out to. Again, this has a lot of those really pretty soft peachy corally tones in it, so you can go for something super soft and effortless, or you can really punch it up with this beautiful red shade right here, or that beautiful pink. I think that would really add kind of a zing to a look and make it just a little bit more summery and bright and bold, and I just really enjoy this one. I think the color story is so beautiful, you guys. And then the other one from ColourPop that I wanted to shout out, this is my last ColourPop palette, I promise, is the Orange You Glad palette. Again, this one has those beautiful, beautiful, super rich warm tones that I just love to wear in the summertime. Again, you have some softer oranges to just do a really effortless one shadow look with, but then you also have some brighter pops that can help you build up a little bit of depth and just add a little something to your look. It also has this beautiful glitter right here called Clementine. I know people do not like the pressed glitters, but I really enjoy them, and I think this can add such a fun pop to a look. You can do it on your cheeks for like a super glittery highlighter. You can pop it, I don't want to say on camera you can pop it on your eyes because technically you're not supposed to, and I don't want anyone to take that advice to heart. But you could use it on your eyes at your own risk. I just love, love, love these tones, and I love to pair these orangey tones with my blue eyes because I feel like it just really sets them off, and I really love to play up my eyes. Alright guys, next up we have a bit of a throwback palette, and I feel like this palette had its moment on YouTube and on Instagram and everyone was like raving about it, and then it just kind of disappeared, and I'm like, wait, this palette is so good. It's unfortunately no longer available, but it is the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I believe this one came out in 2018, and they've done several other palettes in their kind of festival line. I think they come out with one like every summer, but honestly you guys, I've been super disappointed with kind of just the color story, and I've heard bad things about the quality with their festival palettes ever since. I really do think this one is like the golden palette. I just love the color story here, you guys. It's beautiful colorful mattes, colorful shimmers, some beautiful neutrals. I feel like this is just summer in a palette. It gives you so much versatility for whatever kind of look you're going through. If I go on any trips this summer, this is probably the palette I'm going to take if I have the extra space, just because I love the versatility of it, and I think it's a good one, you guys. The mattes are nicely pigmented, they blend out beautifully, the shimmers are nice and foiled, and it even has this kind of like pressed, I don't know if I would call this a pressed glitter. It's just like a super foiled metallic shade. Tell me that would not make the most beautiful like summer date night smoky eye. Like with some of these beautiful deep warm browns, or even like the pink or the purple. That would be gorgeous. This is definitely one that if you guys have it in your collection, you should pull back out this summer. Next up, we have a more colorful option. Well, I guess that last option was pretty colorful as well, but this is the only green palette I'm going to be mentioning, and this is the Juvia's Place Tribe palette. I love this palette year round, honestly. I get beautiful fall looks out of this palette, I get beautiful spring looks out of this palette, but something about this color story when I look at it as a whole is like very summery to me, especially if you kind of like just cover up these super deep greens. I feel like this color story right here is very summery. You have those beautiful warm browns, you have that really pretty pop of bright green, you have your bronze shade, you have your, you know, kind of essential matte brown shade for the crease, you have this beautiful orange right here. You can create some really, really beautiful and diverse looks with this palette. And one of my favorite things about this palette, I say it every single time I talk about it, is that these two neutral shades right here, I guess these three technically, while they look like just your average neutral shades, I feel like they all have in person just the slightest green twist to them, and I'm such a sucker for shades that are just like slightly different. Like I feel like I could wear these shades out in public and feel totally confident, and I just have like a little pep in my step because I know there's like a special little twist to my shadow. So I adore this palette. Juvia's Place is a black owned brand, so if you guys are looking to support black owned brands right now, definitely check this palette out. It's one of my favorites from the brand. I think it might be my favorite from the brand actually. Okay you guys, and the final palette that I want to mention today is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. So I feel like a lot of people look at this palette and think of it as more of a fall palette, and it definitely can be that, but I feel like I look at these super saturated warm tones, like the fact that these berries are pretty bright, the bright yellows, the super intense like rich browny orange shade, warm brown, browny orange shade, the super intense warm brown shade, and I just think this is so summery. Again, I feel like I have two modes in summer. Either I want something easy and effortless, like two shadows and I'm out the door, or I want to be really intense, really punchy with like my super vibrant warm tones. And I feel like that is exactly the look that this palette really excels at giving me, and I just think it's really, really gorgeous. It's definitely the most pricey palette out of this bunch, but again, I know this palette is probably in a lot of your collections because it was Natasha Denona's first more affordable large palette that she came out with. She's come out with several since then in this size, but this is definitely a great one to remember to pull out this time of year and create some looks with. I'm not going to create any looks within this video, but I'm hoping to use all of these palettes over on my Instagram in the coming weeks. I've been really, really enjoying creating pictorials for my Instagram. You guys seem to be enjoying them too. So definitely head over there and follow me over there so you don't miss any upcoming tutorials with these palettes to give you guys some shop your stash inspiration. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point and I can't talk anymore, but I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope that you guys are excited about summer. Leave me a comment down below letting me know what you're most excited to do this summer. I am most excited to move, for first and foremost. Moving out of my apartment, fingers crossed, into a house. This week that I'm filming this, or this upcoming week that I'm filming this, we are finally able to like seriously start looking, just based on like the timeline of when we can move in. So I'm really hoping to move, and then I really want to spend a lot of time camping this summer. I shared in a recent get ready with me that I did that I want to buy like an old junky vintage camper and fix it up inside. So I've been kind of doing some research into that, but I'm kind of hoping to buy a camper this summer too. I think that would be really awesome, but I would love to know what you guys are looking forward to doing this summer. I know it's been such a weird spring because we've been cooped up inside with the pandemic going on. So let me know down below. I'd love to know your summer plans, but now I'm really gonna leave. I've been chatting too long. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!